Hey, and welcome back. Once again, I'm Tim, and this is my dog Ollie, and this is the last time that I will introduce us because now you know who we are. You've done day one, and you're back. That's pretty rad. In day two, we're going to continue what we learned in day one, and we're going to focus on some standing poses that are neutral. What does that mean? We'll get into it. Let's begin today's class in child's pose, connecting to the breath. So, come to kneeling. And if you're inflexible and your head doesn't come to the ground, you can just put a little pillow or blanket or block under your head. All you can lay down, relax again. Now, if this bothers your knees, you could just lie on your back and hug your knees to your chest instead. Okay. So whichever position you're in, on your exhalations, let your body melt into the ground. So you're just completely relaxing. Let go of tension in your jaw, your neck, and your shoulders. And as you inhale, feel that your rib cage could expand horizontally. And as you exhale again, you let all the air out, all the wind out of the sails. One of my teachers says, I love that saying. Fully empty. Empty physically, emotionally, what are we holding on to mentally? Just empty. Feels good to give yourself permission to do that. Then come up into a kneeling position, which, if this bothers your knees, just sit cross-legged instead. But we're going to try the cat-cow from kneeling or seated. So round through your back as you exhale. And then as you inhale, arch your back, roll your shoulders back, open your chest. Exhale to round. Inhale into extension. And yes, it is day two. I haven't changed. Still wearing the same clothes. Exhale, round. Ollie hasn't moved, just been here for 24 hours. Inhale. Come to neutral. Come onto your hands and your knees. And then instead of having the hips up over the knees, sit your butt back halfway with your toes curled under. Not all the way on your heels, not up, right in between. Then bring your right hand behind your head. And as you exhale, bring your elbow towards your left forearm wrist. And as you inhale, turn your ribs in your chest. Exhale, bring elbow down. Inhale, open up. Last one. This is going to help with the sprinkler dance, which was popular in the early 90s when I was a kid. Bring your hand back down, so that's important for that. Bring your left hand behind your head. Recycled joke from last year's challenge. Bring your elbow towards your forearm. Inhale, lift up and twist. Exhale. Inhale. Ollie's heard him. Ollie's not amused. Last one. Now see if you can slow down your breath a little bit to increase the range. Oh yeah. And release that. Bring your hand down and stretch into downward facing dog. Just remember, if down dog's too much, you can always do the child's pose instead. What is it? Is it danger? Did Timmy fall down the well? Sorry. Ollie's okay. All right, then from downward dog, we're going to walk the feet forward to the front of the mat. I think it might be danger. And then slowly drop your buttocks towards your heels, come into a squat position, the best squat that you can. And then lift your butt up into the air. Put your hands behind your head.
and roll yourself up. Head and neck last thing to come up. Then once you're up at the top, engage your glutes, your buttocks, lift your heart, little back bend. And as you exhale, roll yourself back down. Then from the down position, drop your butt into your best squat you can. It might be up here, might be down here. Don't force, whatever you can do. Then lift your butt back up and roll yourself up. Engage your glutes, lift your chest, inhale. Exhale, roll it down. Drop your butt, lift your heart, lift your elbows if you can drop all the way down. Last one. Lift your butt as you drop your head and roll yourself up. Back bend, squeeze your glutes, engage your back muscles, lift your heart, and come to neutral. Then raise your right arm, nice, reach to your right side, change sides, reach your left arm, reach up and over, nice, reach to your left side. One more time, change sides, right arm, reach up and over, and change sides. Bring your arms to your side and find your mountain or Samastiti. Inhale. Today, take your arms forward, up and overhead. As you exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come up halfway. And step your left leg back into a lunge. Lower the knee down. As you inhale, come up. But instead of being in a long lunge today, I want you to have your back hip over your knee. Wiggle your right foot over to the right a little bit. Raise your left arm up. Now, let's wiggle the right foot over to the right even just a little bit more so that the thigh can turn out, almost like a tree pose leg. And as you exhale, sink deeper into this right leg. Reach your left arm up and over. Inhale, come back up. Pull your left elbow down. As you exhale, reach up and over. Inhale, back up. And exhale, reach up and over. Come back up. Bring your right foot back into the middle. Hands down. Step back. Plank position. Now in today's plank, we're going to try a one-handed plank instead of the push-ups. Take your feet the width of your mat. Now, let yourself sink into your shoulder blades and then press your shoulder blades towards your hands. Push the floor away. Again, control, sink into your blades. Don't let your ribs sink. And then push the floor away. Keep the protracted shoulder blade position, the pushed away sensation, and without letting your hips twist, can you shift into your left hand and bring your right hand to your chest? Then change. Shift into your right hand, bring your left hand to your chest. You can do this with your knees down if it's too difficult. Bring both hands down. Stretch back into downward facing dog. And down dog. Bring your feet a little closer, and as you inhale, raise your left leg. Exhale, step your foot up by your thumb. Inhale, come up onto fingertips, lengthen. Exhale, step back leg and fold. Inhale, come up. Spread your arms, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come up halfway. And as you exhale, step your left leg back into a lunge. Right leg back into a lunge. Come up right and step your left foot out to the side about 45 degrees. Raise your arm up And then lunge over towards your left heel as you reach your right arm up and over. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, reach over. Inhale, back up. Exhale, reach. Inhale, come back up. Put your foot back in the middle. Put your hands down. Step back. Plank position. With your feet wide, the width of your mat. Engage your glutes. Sink into your shoulder blades. Retract the shoulder blades. Control them towards each other. And then spread them away and push towards your hands. Again, retract like you're squeezing a pencil. Keep your ribs in. And then spread shoulder blades. Shift into the right hand. See if you can bring your left hand to your chest. Ooh. Change. Shift into your left hand. Right hand to your chest. Should be a lot of ab muscles to support you. Both hands down. Stretch back. Down dog. Inhale, raise your left leg up. Right leg up. Getting my lefts and rights confused today. I apologize. Right leg up. As you exhale, step your foot up to your thumb. Inhale, come up onto your fingertips and lengthen. Exhale, step your back leg and fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Spread your arms and reach. And exhale. Arms down to your side. Now, in yesterday's practice, we focused on turning the leg out and then doing the pose over the leg like that. But today we're going to focus on stepping from the front of the mat so that the front leg stays in a neutral rotation in relationship to the pelvis. Step your left foot back about 3.5, maybe 4 feet. We're going to try crescent lunge. Bend your right knee. So you can see that now your pelvis is facing the same direction as the front leg. Raise your arms up. Bring your hands to prayer. Step your back leg forward. And change legs. Step your right foot back. Big step back. And then slowly start to bend your left knee as you raise your arms up. Bring your hands back down, step forward, mountain pose. Inhale into Utkatasana, chair. And stand, mountain pose. Now place your hands on your hips and step your left foot back about 3.5 feet. This time let the back heel go down. Turn your ribs forward. But now since your back foot is turned at a little bit of an angle, the pelvis will turn slightly to the left. Turn your navel towards forward. Allow for that turn. You don't have to jam your pelvis. Then start to tip forward out over your right leg. Go halfway. Good. Now reach your arms straight back. Two more breaths here. Good. Now set your fingertips down and stretch out over your right leg. As you reach down into your right heel, big toe mound and little toe mound, draw your right hip crease up and back. And let the spine go forward and down evenly. If you need to elevate your hands, like on some blocks, or bend your knee a little bit because you can't touch the floor, that's totally fine. You can even use a chair. Often for beginners, I'll start them with hands on a chair. So go to the place where you feel like you get a good stretch. Then from here, inhale up halfway, hands to hips. Come back up, change legs. Step your left foot forward and your right foot back. Inhale, grow tall through your spine, and as you exhale, tip from your pelvis and go forward halfway. Maybe halfway, as long as you can keep a flat back. If to get halfway you have to round over, then go just a third of the way. And if it's too difficult to hold here, put your hands against a wall. That's a great way to help to build the core awareness. Because we want to think of not just our core as our six-pack, but also our spinal muscles, being able to hold our spine in the position that we're looking for, which in this position, it's the flat back position. So you're tipping from the pelvis, keeping the length. Exhale, stretch all the way out over your leg. And just keep in mind, it took me a long time to be able to do positions like this with my body. When I first started yoga and went to forward fold, my hand went about this far past my knee. I didn't get anywhere close to my toes. So this took me a long time, and I started practicing when I was 18, so I was relatively young, I guess, but I didn't have a good foundation of strength and flexibility to work from. So if I could do it, you could do it too. Bring your hands to your hips, come back up to stand, and step your back leg forward. Mountain pose. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Step back into downward dog. Now from downward dog, set your knees down onto the ground. Set your right elbow down and check it out. We can come into a side support, a side plank with the knees down. Or you could go for the full thing. Your call. Depending on your upper body strength / core strength, we're going to hold for 5 breaths. Whichever one you're doing, don't let your waist drop on this right side. Keep a little lift here. Keep some intention in the legs. You're not just hanging in the legs. The legs are active. The core is engaged. And reach with your top arm. Slowly change sides. Whether you're going to go for knees down or the full thing, your call. And instead of stacking the feet, you can also put one foot in front of the other, which gives you a little more stability if the balance is difficult. And come onto both elbows, so you're in the plank on your forearms. Push the ground away, lift up your ribs, and then lengthen your spine. Hips reach back towards your heels. Open your collarbones, broaden across your collarbones, but without sinking in your middle. And then slowly lower your hips down. Come into Sphinx pose. If it feels like too much pressure on your lower back, you could take your elbows more forward, or even just come into low cobra from yesterday if it feels like too gnarly. Now make a little lift through the front of your spine, so you're not sinking into your lower back, letting it all hang out. After midnight, you could let it all hang out, but for now, we want to keep a little bit of that bandha going. Okay, lower yourself down and just flip over onto your back. And we're going to come into bridge pose. So lift your hips up, and this is a great way to strengthen your posterior as you open up through the front. So as you engage the glutes, they can help to open up these tight muscles in the front of the hips. It's going to undo a lot of the sitting. If I hear one more person talk about how often we're hunched over a desk on our phone, we know, all right? We know. You don't need to tell us more about how bad our posture is. We already get it. You don't need to start every video explaining to us how much we're hunched over a phone. We understand the concept now. Okay, there's my rant. So, yeah, you know all that. So in this position, drop your shoulder heads, and that's going to help to open up your chest. Engage your glutes to open up the tight hip flexors. But don't push from your ribs. We want to keep the core connected. And that helps to make a better connection so that we can breathe better and so that the right muscles are working in our core. Keep your knees pointing straight ahead to make sure that you're using the glutes properly. It's not wrong to work on external rotation, but it's not what we're trying to do here. Now lower your buns back down. Open your arms out to the side like cactus arms, and with your feet the width of your mat, just let your knees swivel over to the right as you look to your left. Change sides. Ollie, what are you doing over there? He got stuck. I'll come get you after the class. It's all right. Bring your legs back to center. And stretch your legs out for Shavasana, corpse pose. Let your body relax. Feel the muscles in your feet and your legs relax. Let your groins and your hips and your buttocks relax. Soften your abdomen. Let your back muscles and your chest muscles relax. Empty the tension in the hands and the arms. Let your shoulders and your neck relax completely. Let all the muscles in your face relax. Empty the jaw. Empty the tongue. Soften the palate. Even soften your eyes. Let your eyes release back towards the back of the skull. Then gently bend your knees. Roll over to your side. And press yourself up. Thank you. Namaste. Thanks for coming back for day 2. Great job committing to the challenge so far. Hey, I just want to remind you, if you haven't already, please make sure to sign up for the challenge. Click the link in the description to do that. Or you can just visit my website, which maybe it'll go right here. Visit yogawithtim.com. You can sign up there. Also, make sure to subscribe to the channel, please, and turn on your notification bell so you don't miss what I'm posting. All right. Have a great day. I'll see you next time.